Do you want to learn how simple it is to germinate and grow these garlics just in a Tetra Pak in your kitchen? Then stay until the end of the video where I show you the step-by-step to do it at home. Hello, friends of Tony's Little Garden. Welcome to another video where today we are going to experiment again in our kitchen. Let's see how we can germinate a head of garlic to grow even in our kitchen. But this time it has a peculiarity, and that is we are not going to use whole garlic cloves. In this way, we will use half of the garlic or half of the garlic clove for cooking and the rest for germinating. This way, much more useful. We do not waste that garlic clove, and still we will have a new plant that will produce garlic or garlic shoots. As you can see, I have a regular head of garlic from the supermarket that we bought. We are going to peel it, removing all the outer skin.
We don't need that at all. In fact, if we peel it, it will sprout much sooner. As you can see, we have a lot of cloves. They are large heads, and although we could germinate them all, we really won't. We'll use the smaller ones for cooking and keep the larger ones because in the end, the larger ones will give us bigger heads than the smaller ones. In the end, it's all about genetics. Yes. For example, if we start to germinate this one, the rest of the little garlics, or the head of garlic it will give us, is much smaller than if we do it with this garlic. So we always select the outer garlics, which are bigger and plumper, okay? And the rest we can discard. We take a few. Or we must understand a bit how a garlic clove works and how it germinates. Each garlic clove always has the same distribution. At the bottom is where the new roots will emerge, and at the top is where the new shoot will come out to form the head or garlic clove. If we leave it planted in the ground long enough, it will give us a clove. Each clove will give us a new head, okay? But we also have the possibility of doing it for green garlic. So, as we said, we are going to use half of the garlic for cooking and the other half for germinating. What we do is cut them in half. As you can see, here inside is where the new stem that will germinate is, and the garlic is essentially a nutrient reserve for this to germinate. So with this, it would be more than enough to germinate our garlic. We can take the opportunity to peel it, although this part is not necessary either, but I will take the opportunity and start peeling the garlic. Now we have them all peeled. Here I show you this, which even if it has a little wound, it's not going to be a problem, okay? It will germinate just the same. As you can see, let's not make a mistake. We have to take the part where the roots will come out, and here is the new stem. Let's not confuse it with the tips. Once we have the garlic we want from the head, we can use them all or just a few. We will put them in a jar and hydrate them well. We will leave them soaking overnight, okay? Simply leave them in a little jar, in a glass, whatever we want, for about 8 to 12 hours. So we'll continue tomorrow. After 12 hours, we can remove the water. Our garlic is now well hydrated. With this technique, we will germinate our garlic much faster. And now with a napkin, simply in another bowl, we can also do it on a plate. We are going to add our garlic. We are going to place our garlic. It doesn't matter if it gets damp. In fact, it's ideal we cover them. It's important that we cover them. We use one of these kitchen napkins, okay? Let it soak well and wet the entire napkin so it stays well moistened. It's important that it stays very well moistened, but without excess water so the garlic doesn't rot. So we check that it is well soaked, well moistened, and if there is excess water, we clean it and drain it. Perfect. Important for our experiment, we can leave it by a window, in the kitchen, wherever we want. As you can see, this is the kitchen of a plant experimentation enthusiast. Here I am conducting another test to germinate garlic directly without removing them from there. So we leave it here, and every morning we will check that the napkin is well moistened. If we see that it lacks moisture or has dried out a lot, depending on the time of year we do it, we will add a little more water. As always, it should stay moist, but not with excess water, because otherwise the garlic can rot. So Usara, we have to check every day. And now I'll show you the whole process. 2 days have passed, and let me show you how it's going. Today I had to add a little bit of water, by the way, as it was drying out, but our garlic is doing great.
Look, they are already starting to grow roots and the little stem is beginning to develop. We will leave it for 2 or 3 more days. Let's check, because earlier I thought I saw one with mold. I'm not sure if this one looks good. We'll leave it for a few more days, but we need to watch for mold to remove it and prevent it from spoiling the others. As you can see, most are a success. This one is also growing roots, so if the napkin dries out, we just add a little more water. As always, without overdoing it, if we size that we have too much, we remove it and leave it. 30 more days have passed, and look at how our super garlic is doing. They are already sprouting a little stem, and look at all the roots they happen, right? So we just have to keep waiting, and as always, watch the watering and just keep our napkin moist. 3 more days have passed, and look at our garlic.
They are really amazing. We can plant them now. Do you see that the stem is even bending?
No problem. We could leave it for more days, but it's perfect for planting. So let's prepare the entire container. And since we are experimenting at home, we are going to use a Tetra Pak as a pot. We will use the wider side so that the garlic can develop perfectly, and with this depth they won't be the largest garlic in the world, but we will be able to do it in our kitchen or on our window without needing a garden. So with a knife or scissors, we cut the top part. It's ideal to leave the bottom part of the container, okay? So it bothers us less. All right, let's cut with the scissors. And as always, there's a little bit of milk left, so let's wash it and continue. Look at the cool pot we just made. Well, it's important to make drainage holes at the bottom with scissors or a punch if we have one. We make a couple of holes. We don't need to make many, about 6, 3 on each side. That's enough. Let's put the tip here like this. Now that's right, we are going to have to use a substrate for our garlic so they can develop, so we will have to buy a substrate, but that's the only thing we will need to buy. As you can see, garlic that we can use in our kitchen, the Tetra brick as a pot, and we fill it, okay? Almost to the top, we don't need to fill it completely. And we are going to leave our garlic perfect. It has the perfect size for 1 or 2 garlic heads to develop well in width, and the rest, well, we will plant them elsewhere. We take the best cloves to plant. Also, we make a small hole. We will try to place the stem as straight as possible, like this. I already told you that the part of the garlic we consume will disappear later, so it wouldn't be necessary to place that part straight. We simply straighten the stem. This is also very good. We straighten the stem. We are going to plant 2 garlics, and if we want them for heads, we must leave enough space for the head to develop, and here we can plant 3 garlics to harvest in 2 months, which would be for green garlic. So we put this here like this, and here what we are going to consume is not the bulb but the garlic stem, which is very tasty. We can consume it in a stir fry, in a scramble. They are delicious, even raw as well, perfect. Important, we are going to apply good watering. Garlic does not need excessive watering, which can cause it to rot, so we must be careful with the watering. However, this first watering is essential to moisten and keep the entire substrate damp so that the garlic roots perfectly. Afterwards, we can water once a week our super pot with our garlic. We leave it near a window where it gets some light at least.
They don't need excessive sun to develop, and in a few days I'll keep you updated. The evolution. Another week has passed, and as you can see, our garlic continues to grow, developing perfectly. These have not straightened up completely yet, but they are starting to grow. As I said, we will harvest these in 2 or 3 months, more or less, to eat the stem, and we will let this form the whole head to consume it. You have already seen how simple it is to germinate our own garlic in our kitchen.
And we don't need the balcony or ground. With this, you can see how they are growing straight little by little. We will have our own garlic to harvest, even on a window or a countertop. So that's it, garden enthusiasts. I hope you liked the video, especially that it was helpful, and see you next Thursday on the Huertina de Toni channel. See you later.